Hi Flosstube, I'm back. It's been a little over a week at this point, I think, since I did a video. We've had an eventful week and a half since then. My husband does have a car now. He ended up borrowing a friend's vehicle. They have multiple vehicles, which he's borrowed before, but this time we actually bought it from them. So we are now the owners of a 2010 Prius, and I'm 35 years old and apparently don't know how to drive a car. We did a garage sale on Friday and Saturday. Saturday morning, I went out to move his car out of the driveway and into the street. Couldn't drive the freaking car. Came back in the house, went in the bathroom where he was taking a shower, cussed him out because I couldn't drive the car, and had to learn how to drive the car because it's a hybrid. So that was pretty eventful, amusing, not amusing at the time, but it's funny now. So apparently it's one of the cars, and my car is newer than this Prius too, so you have to keep your foot on the brake when you turn the car on with the push button. Yeah, I obviously didn't do that the first time, because I swear I pushed that button twice to start the dumb car. If you have a Prius or have driven a Prius, I'm guessing you're aware of this, but the gear shifter, it looks like a manual, you know, like when you're moving the stick into gear, but you move it and it just clicks back to where it was. It confused the hell out of me. I thought it wasn't staying in reverse. I wasn't sure what the hell it was doing. The power steering wouldn't work, so I put the car back in park, went in the house, had my conversation with the husband, came back out, tried it again, and I was able to successfully back the car out of the driveway and park it in the street. I don't like that car. I rode in it on Sunday. I'll ride in it. I will not drive it. I don't like it. Like I mentioned, we also had the garage sale. I took Friday off of work. Garage sale all day Friday, all day Saturday, and Sunday we went to my cousin's house for her daughter's first birthday. I am in Michigan. We had a heat advisory, like excessive heat warnings all weekend. Guess who didn't feel good by Sunday night? I drank as much water as I could. It was humid. It was just nasty. Thankfully, I had set everything up in the garage, so I was at least in the shade for the garage sale, but it didn't matter. You went outside, it was 95 degrees with the humidity and the heat index, it's over 100. You're standing still and sweating. It was just disgusting. So I didn't really get a whole lot of rest this weekend. You know, that heat sucks the energy out of you too. So it was a long weekend, but got rid of some stuff, made a little bit of money, and after the garage sale was over on Saturday, we loaded up my car and I dumped it at Goodwill. It is not coming back in the house. So in that regard, I feel pretty accomplished. It's out of here. So the only thing I have left is 3 or 4 boxes to drop off at the library. It's all books and magazines, and I figured I might as well donate it to the library for their book sale that they have in the basement all the time. So I did that. We also, this weekend, what's today? Today's Tuesday. Last night was day 4, so it must have been Friday. We discovered, basically we have a black raspberry frickin' farm in our backyard. When we moved in, we were aware of 2 or 3 bushes in the yard. 2 of them have always produced berries. My husband has always picked them, loved them, whatever. I hate the dumb things. They grab your legs when you're mowing. I mean, they're just in the fence line of the yard. It's a horrible placement. So I've threatened to take them out every year. Last year, my husband started mowing a good 6 feet behind our back fence line, which is actually our property line, but he started mowing that 6 feet behind to kind of keep weeds and everything from creeping into the yard. And we can get back there, and there's some trails. It's not our property, but the old next door neighbors had made trails. He's gone walking with the kids on the trails. So we discovered 1, 2, I'm counting out my window, 1, 2, 3 or 4 more bushes right behind that fence line. So Friday, we went out there and we picked a whole bunch, and we started exploring other parts of that wooded area behind our fence line. There is a bunch of bushes. I'm not kidding, every night. So last night was the fourth time we've gone out. We go out every single night and get as many as we can. We lost, there were some that shriveled up too much with the heat this weekend, but we've gotten at least 4 to 6 cups every night. I mean, we're getting a good sized container every single night. I took 2 nights worth to my coworker, and she was just in heaven. So, and we still have a ton of bushes that have green berries, so we're still going to be getting them for a week or so. So now that we know where they are and how many there are and all of that, Brian is planning on cutting some paths through those bush areas so that next year we can actually really access those well, and we're definitely taking the 2 out of the yard. I also got all of my exchange items sent out since my last video. Everything went out. The 3 exchanges were the Great Biscornu swap, cross stitch card and ATC stitch along on Facebook, and cross stitch ATCs on Instagram. All 3 of those are linked below. Got all 3 of those shipped out. Some of them had already been stitched, but I finally packaged them up and went to the post office one day. I took everything with me to work one day. I had 2 packages that needed to go to the UK, one that was staying here in the US. Took them to work. Wanted to lighten the load in my work bag, so I left all 3 of them in the car. Got back out to my car after work to drive over to the post office and went, oh, that was dumb. 2 of those packages had chocolate bars in them, and it was about 95 degrees in my car. So I ended up bringing them home, taking them out. I wanted to make sure nothing leaked, damaged, whatever, just because I would feel horrible if it got all the way to the UK and it was covered in chocolate. Came home, opened those 2 packages up, took the chocolate bars out, repackaged everything, threw the chocolate bars in the fridge before I did anything else, and got those sent out. So my 3 packages went out. I do not know, I don't think they've arrived in the UK yet. I have not received word, but my US swap, the Great Biscornu swap, did, and Denise got her Biscornu, and it's crazy how it worked out, because I chose that blackwork rose pattern and I wanted to switch the colors. So I picked a really pretty green, a really pretty peach, both from Victorian Motto. Denise got her package, posted in the group, said thanks, and said that it was perfect because every year her dad and her grandma would compete to see who would get the first rose, to bloom. So it was just like, wow, that's really cool. Well, then I was talking to her later with Messenger. I said, did either of them have any peach roses? And she said it was actually her grandma's favorite. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's crazy how it worked out. It was just meant to be. So I'm glad you like it, Denise. And I hope it gives you lots of good memories. So, oh, this week also, I actually won something. I got a text, actually I think Facebook message, I think it was from Denise actually, And it just said congratulations, and I was like, congratulations on what? And I just put a question mark, and she said, check your email from Victorian Motto. And I went, holy crap, I actually won? Last video, I think it was last video, I had linked to Victorian Motto blog where she was doing a giveaway for 240 yards, so a free month of the floss of the month, 12 skeins. So I actually won. I'm surprised because I never win anything. So I already emailed, and I'll be getting I'm already subscribed to Floss of the Month. So I'll be getting August for free. So thank you, Nancy. And I did also link the blog below because Nancy is also doing some giveaways Christmas in July. So go check those out. Very cool giveaways. I'm not going to enter these because I already won something and I don't know. I'll wait for a little while before I enter her giveaways again. I think that's about it for the week. I didn't go to work last Thursday because I was getting ready for the garage sale, so I didn't even get to the LNS. But yeah, after I got my exchange pieces done, I kind of jumped back into, one night I was looking for something to stitch, and, you know, with my 80 bazillion whips, and I was flipping through some project bags, and came across one that I hadn't worked on in a long time. So I pulled it out, and within 5 days, I had it finished. So this is Bent Creek's World of Color Snapper Series. Very, very cool. I love this. It is actually 6 little patterns, you know, they're all individual, each color. When I pulled it out, I was halfway done with yellow. So I finished that up, moved on to green, blue, and finished up purple. Hopefully those showed up good, I couldn't see. And then you also could buy the border pack, which had that, the swirls around it, the verse underneath, and it had some of the buttons and snaps as well. So that's done. I'm gonna take that to work and see if she wants to use it for the shop for a little bit, I guess. I don't necessarily have anywhere that I was stitching it for in the house. I don't know. It's a pretty piece, and we do have the pattern in the shop, so I might as well take it in. After I finished that, I pulled out another old whip. So apparently I am now finishing stuff for once. So I'm pulling out old pieces to work on again, and the dog is eating bunny crap. Roxy, come on! Come on! Yuck, yuck, yuck. Go drink some water. Sorry about that. I could see the dog out there rooting around in the yard and really didn't want her eating stuff. So, pulled out Bent Creek Angels. And this is one that I had started for a coworker. She actually loves purple, so we converted it to purple. And the fabric is a hand dyed by Stephanie. I don't think I have the color name in here. No, I do not. And I didn't write it down in the notes either. But this pattern's pretty cool too because it actually comes with 10 different, I'm going to give you a quick peek, but 10 different angel faces that you can use. So I let my coworker pick out which one she likes. And here is the piece. So when I picked this up the other night, this was already done in most of the A. This was all done. The face was all done. And this side of the wing was done. So I have already filled in all of this wing, finished this outlining, finished the A and started the N. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. And now that the wings are done, it should go pretty quick to finish it up. Well, the border is kind of intense, I guess. Just those little stars are, you know, pretty full, but I think it'll be pretty quick. I don't think it'll take too long. So I'm planning on working on this until it's finished. And then maybe I'll pull out another old one. I don't know. I kind of got into a finishing mood. That's the only cross stitch I worked on. Those two, you know, my finish and my other whip. But I did have a diamond painting whip. I love this owl. And, you know, from a distance, yeah, it all looks like grays and black. Look at this up close. It's like green and purple. I can't believe the difference between up close and far away with these. They're so cool. So I just have this to finish. This was pretty intense. It's all black. This is similar, and then this works into multiple colors again. And I think I'm going to try to frame it myself. Danielle Stitcherista, she had a video on how she framed hers. I think that the frame that she custom ordered was very reasonably priced, so I'm going to go check it out myself. And my other whip, I worked on this the other night, is my knitting. Same pattern I did before, the shawl. Trying to block some of the light so you can see it better. So I'm up to, this is getting ready to change back to blue. And it'll work back through these colors, and it does eventually go to yellow. So this will be really pretty. And I already have, I did finish the first one, gave it to my mom, she loves it. So this is the second one I'm doing with that same pattern. And then I think I'm going to switch and try to find another pattern that's easy, you know, will keep me learning, maybe learn something new. So that's it for whips. I got a message from Carrie, House of Floss and Fluff, Crafting Paws on Instagram yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. She sent me a message and it said, what do you think about doing an impromptu stitch along? Question mark. And I texted her back and I said, I'm confused because there's a question mark when really you should be saying, hey, we're doing a stitch along and telling me what pattern to buy. She laughed. She said, you already have the pattern. We are going to do an impromptu stitch along tomorrow. Feel free to join us if you have this magazine already. It is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, summer of this year. And we are going to do the Barbara Anna Liber-Tea bowl stuffer pillows. So I'm excited. I think rest of my plans while I'm home today, I'm going to pull out my fabric and floss from Victorian Motto and pick out my floss, and I think I've got great fabric from her for those. So we'll do those tomorrow, and anything I stitch tomorrow will strictly be these before I jump back to my other whip. I did link to Carrie's post on Instagram with the hashtags and information and everything, so that is in the description. Beyond that, let's see, Flosstube this week. I've done quite a bit of listening the last week and a half at work. I am all caught up with most my regulars. Then I somehow missed it, but Miska Cat 1, Jen, she had an update, I think it was a month ago, and I missed it at that time, but I finally got to that one, all caught up with her. I love all of her projects. She's got a really great variety. Found a couple new ones to me. Well, one of them, well, I guess they're actually both new to Flosstube too. Kyle, Stitching in Sound, and then Rachel is Leiastitches. All three of those, or both of those along with Miska Cat, are linked below. So I've got their, I'm up to date on those two. Amy Loves Toads, I just caught her latest one, but I'm missing a couple in between. And then Stitcherista, I've been watching a lot of hers because she's really gotten into the diamond painting a lot. So I've seen some of her product reviews, done some of her paint with me diamond paintings. So been doing that. Kind of got me inspired to work on my painting with diamonds some more. And also kind of has me wanting to kit up and start a diamond painting Haid. It's just one more huge ass project I don't need. And then today I watched a little bit of Crafty Cat Stitcher too. But yeah, any and all of those, check them out. I promise that I try to watch a little bit of everybody, especially, you know, my subscribers, followers, everybody that comments. I do check your channels to see if you are a Flosstuber that I can subscribe to and catch some of your videos. So if I have missed it, you know, I'll try make a comment below and I'll check out your channel. So haul. It's another big one. Not as big as last time, probably. Oh no, first I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my Stitchy mail. This was from my first exchange. This is the first item I've gotten for the exchanges this round. A little card. And this was from my cross-stitch ATC swap, and the theme for the month was horror. Here is my, oh, there's going to be a glare on there. Here's my card. I love stamped some silver then they're in the corners. Very cool. This is from Heather in Washington. She also sent me this little pin, which is from a local artist, and this postcard. And it's got this little news clip thing on it, sticker. It says, residents still droning on about gigantic android spider 40 years later. They're still talking about the pavilion that was built for the World's Fair in 1974. So that was pretty cool. And my Bride of Frankenstein ATC. So now I have to find a way or a place to store all of my ATCs that I'm going to be getting. So thank you, Heather. Not sure if you watch my channel or not, but if you do, I got your card and I love it. Now I'll do my purchases. Mo's sale. I did a grab bag only because I was already ordering from her anyway. I'm not going to go through the grab bag, but she did a round two Saturdays ago, and it was Disney themed. So we've got Bambi, Donald Duck. It's a blue and light yellow. Looks kind of green. Alice, nice brighter blue. I need something to. Oh yeah, of course I don't. Ah, here's white. There we go. See, this diamond painting is useful for something, right? This is Pinocchio. Yes, I know, you're panting like crazy because it's super hot outside and you're a nut and wanted to go out. Please, no, stop. Don't lick my floss. This is Peter Pan. Pretty teal green. Looks a little bit more teal in real life. Or aqua, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. This is Goofy. Gray, blue, orange. Mickey. similar to Pinocchio, but darker gray, and it's got the yellow. Red's darker too. Ooh! Dropping things. Simba. This one's really good. This will be a good one to use for patterns. Good variety of browns. And this white might actually be my favorite. This is Dumbo. And I don't know. That pale yellow, a little bit of red, this gray with a hint of lavender, the pink. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I do like that one. And like I say, every time I get a Mo's sale bag, and now I'll stop buying. Don't hold your breath, people. We might as well do this. I need to not buy anything at work for a while. Lady Mirabilia. The Queen Mermaid. Turned out I already had Butterfly Fairy, so I didn't even need to order that one. And then the Seaside Kingdom and the embellishment pack. Lady of the Flag and the embellishment pack. And then I did actually get this little booklet too. And it was like $4. And I thought this was pretty cool. It does have the one pattern in it for this. So you get the pattern for that. But it also has a little story about some of the pieces that she's designed. There's one about Sleeping Beauty. And I think I have that chart too somewhere. One of the mermaids. Shakespeare's Fairies. Circle of Friends. And the Feather Fairy. So I thought that was pretty cool. Stash unload. I did some stash unloading. I have another round of stash unloading to do, and I also did a little bit of shopping. This Country Cottage Needleworks pattern, Here Kitty Kitty. I have to do that. It's super cute. Speaking of cats, I found on Facebook a group near me that does animal or cat rescue, and they have 2 6-month-old kittens that are best friends, two little boys, already fixed, shots, microchipped. They love to play and they love to cuddle. And they're good with kids and dogs. They're like perfect. Their names are Revy and Romeo. I've been in touch with the rescue, and now I just have to convince my husband. I even told him I'll buy his mother allergy pills so she can take one every time she comes over. And we'll see if I'm gonna win that one. But I'm trying. I'm trying. 32 light mocha Belfast, just a little piece. These actually, this might be really good for the Liber-Tea, because it's only 9 by 13, but I can get all 3 of them on there. So that might be what I stitch on tomorrow. Here's another, this one's 12 by 14. There is no color name on it, but it is a Silk Weaver 28 count opalescent. Not super peachy, it's kind of neutral, on the neutral end. This is a Picture This Plus. Trying to think of the name. 28 count Lugana in Cabernet. This was just a really pretty color. I do not have plans for it, but I had to pick it up. That's a fat quarter. And the last of my stash unload fabric was a hand dyed by Stephanie 28 Joblin in Jaded. And I picked that up because it's a good aqua green. It might be good for a mermaid, so I picked it up and we'll see. This is a stash unload, and it came with all of the threads. A couple of these are Threadworks. Here is the pattern. Lancaster Stars. And apparently I'm on a purple kick lately. Purple was never really a favorite color, but I can find some really cool stuff. So this will be interesting. I don't know when I'll start it. Who knows? But it looks like it's got some awesome directions in here. It shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I've done the counted canvas before, so should be no problem. Just have to get a piece of canvas cut at work when I'm ready to start it. I'm not going to get the canvas until I'm actually ready to start it this time. Novel idea, right? Oh, project bags. Last video? Yes, last video. Multi-Crafter Hermit on Instagram. I had talked about her project bags. She did a Sunday sale, buy 2 get 1 free. And I love a good deal. So I got this peacock. Super pretty. And then I got this one. And then here's the back. And I got this one. This one is super fun. Gray polka dots and flamingos. So I've got 3 new project bags. Obviously I need to put a project in each one now. This came in the mail today. Trisha, the Stitchy Devil, had a soda stitch sale. What am I going to do with her? So I finally got Beauty and the Beast. And I got The Little Mermaid, and I think I already have it now. So maybe I'll end up doing a giveaway for that. Because now that I think about it, I think I already did get it. That's alright though. And then Little Witches. A lot of different little Halloween motifs. I probably will not stitch it like this, but I will probably grab some of these. I thought it would be good too for Halloween themed ATC or card exchanges. Might just be a good one to keep on hand. And Biscornus. This is Black Cats. This one is a Little Witch. That one was just called Biscornu 5. Wasn't anything fancy. This one is a Little Witch. That's cute. And I love how these have the miniature version too. So this is not in English, but this has good instructions for finishing, and she actually has the words top and bottom stitched on them. So that's pretty cool. And that's on every single Biscornu pattern. This is the last one I got, the Butterfly. This has been a favorite of mine on Etsy for a long time, so when I saw it on 3 Owl Threads, I had to pick it up. Maybe I'll start this one soon. Or maybe I'll finish projects. Oh, this is cool. it gives you 3 different colorways. Very cool. It gives you the oops, throwing things around. It gives you this one, and this yellow down in the bottom. Very cool. I don't know if the other, I don't think there's alternate colorways for the other 2. Nope. My most exciting purchase this week. Well, ordered a while ago. This arrived on Saturday. Saturday was an awesome mail day. Last video I mentioned hand dyed by Rolanda on Etsy, and I think I linked the shop down below again. You know, I joked around that you weren't allowed to buy any of the fabric until I got to see it, and ended up throwing 4 in my cart. So I've got a 16 count. This is called Surfs Up. Really pretty. Good variation in this too. I mean, you can kind of see here. 18 count opal. I'm not going to open it all the way, because then it ends up being see-through and you can't see the colors. Here's another 18 count opal. And this one I think is my favorite from this round of ordering. This is a 28 count, and I do have to open this one up all the way. Oh my god. Isn't that amazing? Oh my god. I love her fabrics, her dyeing. It's just awesome. So, and then she also sent me a wax, beeswax. So, since I have this one out showing you, if you remember, I had purchased this 36 count from her with my last order with the intention of stitching AAN butterfly all in beads. So I went to a local bead shop, TNT Beads, TNT Trading, TNT, I don't remember, but I put the link to their website. It is a local to me shop. So I wanted to support them before I looked at ordering online through like Fire Mountain or anything else. And it was a great benefit to me because obviously I could see the beads in person, and I took my fabric with me and the pattern with me and held it up and checked them out. And this is what I ended up with. This purple is gorgeous. It's got so much color variation in there. I think it'll be great and pick up the other colors in the fabric. And I know I talked to Pemberley, and she mentioned that she had bought a 50-gram container when she ordered online, and she had some left over. So I figured I would order 50 grams just to be on the safe side. When I checked on some of the websites that I was looking at, you're looking at like 17, 18 bucks before shipping for some of them. I talked to the guys at the bead shop, told them I was looking for 50 grams. They said, cool, 2 tubes. You'll get them from the same dye lot. Each tube, $3.25. I am so glad that I went to the local shop. These are size 11 beads. So then I came home. They look great with the fabric. And then I came home and I was talking to Carrie, and I was like, I hope the beads fit on the fabric, because it's a 36 count. And I don't know, they might be too tight. So I think I'm gonna test stitch a little area on this cloth, see if it works. You know, putting multiple beads next to each other. I don't want them to, you know, distort and push each other out of the way. But if it doesn't work on the 36, I now have this 28 count. And those beads work perfect on that one too. So either way, I'm going to have fabric for that project, and I've got the beads, and I'm good to go. Maybe I'll finish up the Bent Creek Angels, find one more to finish up, and then start something new. And just so I can say I'm actually finishing some stuff. But yeah, definitely go check out Rolanda's shop. And I also got 3 more, well, more than 3, but 3 packs worth of floss from her. Where'd my white sheet go? These colors are just awesome. Love them. I think when I talked to her last, she was actually dyeing some more floss. I don't know if she's got them posted in her shop yet. It's probably a good thing that I don't know, because I'd probably go buy one of each. So there we go. And now that I've got quite the collection of hand-dyed floss, I need to find a good way to organize it. I think with, you know, my Weeks, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, I'm still using the Floss Away bags and the Floss Away totes, and they're going by alphabetical order because it's easy. When I pull out a pattern and it calls for Gentle Arts, I can go through there and pull them alphabetically real easy. With my hand dyeds, you know, Coloring Cotton, Victorian Motto, Rolanda's, Moe's Sale. Some of them have names, you know, but the patterns don't call for those by name, so they really need to be sorted by color. So I need a storage method, some kind of container. I considered going to Joann and picking up the big, it's supposed to be for photos, I think, but it has like the 10 or 12 little boxes in the big box. But I don't even know if that will be big enough. Well, I mean, it would right now, but I don't know, you know, with my ever-growing collection. But anyway, I'm going to break it down by color. I'm going to do reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, pinks, brown, gray, black. I think that's going to be the best way to do it, because then if I start substituting for patterns, I can pull by the color and decide what floss I want to use, you know, no matter what hand dyer it is. So we'll see where that goes. Once I come up with something, I'll obviously share it and let you know where I got my storage from. So I think that's it, guys. I successfully made a 43-minute video with the dog only bothering me once. And nobody else is home because I came home from work early. I got to work. I got a couple of things done that I needed to do, and I decided, you know what? I don't want to be here. And I have plenty of time. I mean, I've got 250 hours or something like that that I can use. I just decided I'm tired of being the one that's there all the time. And so I finished a couple projects up. I mean, I was at a good stopping point, and rather than sit and twiddle my thumbs, well, not really sit and twiddle my thumbs, because I would have had other stuff to do, but the main things that had to get done were done. I asked my boss if he was okay with me leaving early. Figured I was going to come home. I now have 3.5 hours until Brian gets home with the kids. I am going to sit and stitch. I did not get any time this weekend to relax. I had no downtime. I won't have a ton of downtime tomorrow because obviously with it being the 4th, daycare is closed. We're going to be, you know, chasing kids. And tonight we're going to my parents' house because it's actually my dad's birthday. So I took me time, and I think it's very important. You know, I realize not everybody gets a lot of time off with their jobs. My husband kids with me all the time, says that my job has all these fake holidays and whatnot. You know, and we get a lot of time, personal time, that we can take off. And I'm very grateful for that, not only because I have kids, but because I think mental health days are sometimes needed. right now, I mean, I wasn't overwhelmed at work or anything. You know, work was easy right now. I'm not overwhelmed at home. There wasn't anything I had to come home to do. But sometimes you just need that break. And I didn't get a break over the weekend. I'm not going to get a break tomorrow. We're busy this coming weekend too. Forget it. It's not worth it. I'll take a time to take an afternoon to just kind of decompress and relax and sit in the air conditioning and, you know, just enjoy it. So I hope that you guys have that opportunity with your jobs. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Because I think everybody does need that from time to time. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you to all of my subscribers. You guys, my numbers keep going up for subscribers. We're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So, I gotta come up with something real good. Maybe I'll need to do like a project bag with a project in it or something. So keep an eye open for that once we hit that 1,000 mark. I know I promised that I'd be doing tutorials, and I will. I just, you know, need to get to that point. Maybe if I can, guess who's bothering me now? If I can get the Liber-Tea little stitches done, those would be a good one to do some tutorials with. So, we'll see what I can come up with. Have a great week. Have a great 4th of July. I hope you guys get some family time. I don't think we're gonna bother trying to do fireworks. Stop. The ones by us are tonight. Brian asked if I wanted to, but honestly, it just does not sound like fun to keep a 3- and 5-year-old awake until 10 o'clock and then do fireworks and be home at like 11. So we'll probably just hang out, but I told him we can go get sparklers or something. I think Ethan mentioned he kind of wanted to do sparklers, so we'll see. But have a good one. I always feel like I'm forgetting something at the end of my videos, and I mean, I've got my notes and everything. I have sticky notes today, but I don't think I did. So enjoy, get some stitching in, and don't forget to join us for the impromptu stitch along tomorrow if you have those patterns. Thanks.